Morning, Steve here in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, the big news overnight is that the Chinese stock market's down there 7% and they hit circuit breakers. So that means U.S. stocks will probably open sharply lower, crude's lower, and the dollar's lower. So there's a lot of negative bias today in trade. Grains are also a little bit lower. I think on one hand, we really don't have the export demand to offer any support to the market. But we also are near key support levels, and the funds are near record short combined corn, beans, and wheat. And we're just kind of wondering if we can continue to trend lower, or are we vulnerable for some kind of bounce. The next big grain data is the USDA January 12th report. It's supposed to be a negative report showing bigger U.S. stocks, maybe bigger U.S. carryouts. And we'll see what they do to world numbers. But in general, we have too much supply. And the only thing that's probably going to bounce us long term out of this dilemma is a weather market. And we don't usually trade weather markets in January. Export sales data, we're expecting to see bean sales 400,000 to 700,000 tons. Yesterday, we heard that China was pricing in the market. They may be a net buyer of a few U.S. cargoes, but South American premiums are still cheaper than U.S. There is growing concern about the demand for U.S. meal, and that may bring the crush down, which could increase your carryout and could weigh prices and take us down another leg lower. Corn sales only 400,000 to 600,000 tons. Again, quiet market and a lot of competition for our export demand. And wheat sales only 200,000 to 400,000 tons. And again, globally, there's just not enough demand to put exports up higher in the wheat. We are going into a deep freeze here in the U.S. Next week. Temperatures getting pretty cold. I don't think it's an issue for winter wheat, but we'll be kind of watching without the lack of snow cover. And in South America, weather conditions are mostly favorable as crops go into the critical yield determining period, especially on the beans. So overall, stock markets sharply lower, dollar lower, crude lower, and the grains are opening up a little bit lower. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.